Hello everybody and welcome to the All About Health podcast. My name is Georgia Overbeck and I'm your host. Thank you so much for clicking on this episode today and for being here. Today's episode is going to be all about supplements because I get asked about supplements all the time. This is going to be Supplement 101. But before we get into the episode and talking all about supplements and everything, I have our segments of the week to do. And so the first part of our segments is always favorite entertainment of the week. And my favorite thing this week was last night we went to the movie theater again. I know it seems if you've listened to the most previous recent episodes that we've been going to the movie theater a lot, but that's because we love going to the movie theater. We don't go to eat a lot, it's more doing experiences, and going to the movie theater is one of those. And so we went to see Transformers Rise of the Beasts last night, and we saw it in IMAX and 3D, and it was really good. I really enjoyed the actual movie itself. If you like the other Transformers movies, then you'll like this one. It's very similar to the original story that they always tell in the Transformers movies. There are some sad moments, but then they turn into good moments, so don't worry about that. But yeah, if you like Transformers, I would definitely recommend watching it. And also, it was really fun to see it in IMAX. I've never seen a movie in IMAX before, and it was very loud, but it was a good movie to be seen in IMAX, I feel. And so it was a really good time. I'm glad that we saw it. And again, if you like Transformers, I would recommend seeing it yourself. And then the second segment of the week is favorite recipe. And for you today, this week, I have not a recipe. It's actually a meal that I had out, even though right after I just said that we don't go to eat often, but you know, just ignore that part. So yesterday I was invited to go to the Honolulu Coffee Company in Vancouver, British Columbia. So if you've been to Hawaii, on Oahu, there is this cafe that's called the Honolulu Coffee Company. And so it's really cool because they started making those in Vancouver, BC. And so this was my second time going there, and they invited myself and I brought my family, and we tried acai bowls. They have 4 new acai bowls for the summer, and then also we got this Lilikoi spritzer drink. It was kind of like boba. It had the tapioca pearls in it. And so my favorite of the week are these acai bowls that we got from Honolulu Coffee Company. And so if you're in Vancouver, or if you're going to be coming to Vancouver, I definitely recommend checking out this cafe. They have 3 locations. And again, the acai bowls are incredible. There was one with almond butter and macadamia nuts and peanuts, I think, on top, and my dad loved that one because he loves anything to do with peanut butter or nut butter in general, and so that was his favorite. They also gave us another one that tasted so tropical, like passion fruit, and my little sister Sophie really loved that one because she loves passion fruit. She loves that sour type of fruit taste, and so she really enjoyed that. I also really like that one because it had some chia seed pudding on top, and I love chia seed pudding, and just the combination was great. And then the other 2 were just classic acai bowls with strawberry and mango and blueberries and banana and granola. The granola was so good. I bought a bag of it actually. Anyway, I'm going on a rant about acai bowls, but again, if you're in Vancouver or you're coming to Vancouver, definitely check out the Vancouver Honolulu Coffee. All right, now let's actually get into the topic of today's episode, which is going to be all about supplements. And before I start talking about them, I'm gonna say why I am feeling like I want to talk about this topic. So growing up, my family and I, if you've listened to previous episodes, we owned a gym from our basement, and then we owned a gym on our property. We built a separate building on our property next to our house. And in our gym, we sold supplements. And so I was probably from the age of 12 up until the last 2 years ago, we were pretty much running a small supplement store in our gym. And so one of my jobs was to learn as much as I could about each of the supplements, and then whenever our clients who would come to our gym would ask about supplements, I could be one of the people there that would be able to explain them and why they work and why they're important and what they need. And so I have a lot of experience in that. It was probably 5 years of being a supplement guru, working at a supplement store from our basement. And I still today get lots of questions about supplements because I am sponsored by a supplement company, Magnum Nutraceuticals. And I'm going to be talking about supplements in general today. Even though I am sponsored by Magnum, that doesn't influence my view of supplements. Of course, I take supplements. If you follow me on social media, you're gonna see that. And I'll talk a little bit about why I choose to take supplements in this episode as well. And also, if you're somebody who doesn't take supplements, I'm not trying to change your mind. Like, if you are like, I don't want to be somebody who takes supplements, good for you. I am somebody who does like supplements. I appreciate your viewpoint, and you can have it and I'll have mine. That's how I view this topic. If you are interested in purchasing supplements, I am again sponsored by Magnum Nutraceuticals. My whole family is. We've been taking their supplements since 2018, and I really trust the brand. I know a lot of the people who work at the headquarters. We work out at the headquarters gym. I just have a lot of trust in Magnum as a brand and as a company. And so if you want to, join the Magnum lifestyle as well, then you can use code OVERBECK on the Magnum Supps website to save a little bit of money on your supplements. So in today's episode, I'm going to be talking about the definition of supplements, as well as the difference between whole foods and supplements and which is better. And then also what different supplements do and might be beneficial for you to take. And then why take supplements at all is another question that I'm going to be talking about. Also, if you're watching this on YouTube, you're going to see that I have a notebook and I took a bunch of notes because I did a lot of research before creating this episode, before recording it. As I said before, I do have a lot of history in supplements, but I just wanted to make sure that everything that is in my brain is actually right and is going to actually help you learn something and give you the right information. And of course, before we get into the episode, I need to say, talk to your doctor before starting to take any supplements, especially if you are already on medications or if you have a certain condition or something like that. Talking to your doctor is going to be the most important thing before you start taking a supplement. So now that we've gotten that out of the way, I'm going to start with the definition of what a supplement is, because you might be like, what even are supplements? And so I Googled this, and Google says, a dietary supplement is a manufactured product intended to supplement one's diet by taking a pill, capsule, tablet, powder, or liquid. A supplement can provide nutrients either extracted from food sources or that are synthetic in order to increase the quality of their consumption. So what a supplement really is it's just taking whatever vitamin or nutrient or mineral or whatever it is from a plant, or they can be synthetically made, as it said in the description, and putting that in a product so that if you need a certain vitamin or nutrient or mineral or whatever it is, you can get that without having to eat the food or drink whatever it is, or that type of thing. So it's literally just the vitamin or nutrient or mineral in a pill, capsule, liquid, whatever it is. So if supplements are just the vitamins and nutrients extracted from whole foods, what is the advantage of actually taking supplements versus eating the whole foods? Is there one that's better or worse? So that's what we're going to be talking about next. I did a lot of research and Googling, and this is what I found on the internet. Again, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a professional in this. This is just what I have found. It says supplements are a way to get extra nutrients like vitamins and minerals. People who don't eat meat may take a supplement to get minerals like copper, iodine, or zinc. Research does show, however, that when you get the vitamins and minerals from whole foods rather than supplements, the benefits are better and more long-term. But that, for me, doesn't mean to avoid supplements entirely. For example, protein powder. Getting enough protein is important for optimal health, and sometimes it can be hard to get all the protein you need in a day, especially if you're new to eating healthier or focusing on getting enough protein. So what I got from that is that Obviously, eating the whole foods versions of the vitamins and nutrients is going to be better than taking it in a supplement. You're going to get so many more different vitamins and nutrients, a variety of them, rather than just one by taking a certain supplement. But if there are certain vitamins or nutrients that maybe your diet is lacking on, like for example, maybe you're low on vitamin C. We'll just use that for example. Maybe you're low on vitamin C because you don't like vitamin C foods. Like maybe you don't really like oranges and carrots. Like you don't love those types of things. And so you're naturally, just through what you're eating, not getting enough vitamin C. But that could be for anything. Like even as I was saying before, protein, maybe you set a goal to eat your body weight, your amount of body weight in protein per day. So like let's say for example, you weigh 120 pounds, you decide to eat 120 grams of protein because that's a good amount of protein for your body based on your goals. Well, if you are new to eating protein sources or tracking protein, you may start tracking your food and be like, oh, I only ate like 60 grams of protein today. Now, of course, you can increase your protein intake through whole foods. You should. I think it's important to know what an actual whole food protein source is, or for anything, nutrients, minerals, vitamins, to know which foods contain each one. But actually implementing it may be a little bit harder than just knowing. Like, so for example, if you do have a problem struggling getting enough protein in the day, a protein powder is a great option. I use protein powder every single day. I'm not gonna say that that's bad or that's good. That's just something that I do. I usually will have it in my breakfast to help me reach my protein goals. But other supplements that may be beneficial for you to take are amino acids. Amino acids help with muscle recovery and muscle growth, and they're found in protein already, so most protein powders are going to have amino acids in them. I recommend checking if you already have a protein powder to see if it says anywhere that it has the amino acids, or if you're going to be buying a new one, to make sure that it says that it contains all the amino acids, especially the essential amino acids. I know for sure that Magnum, Nutraceuticals, Quattro, and Quattro Vegan both contain all of your amino acids that you need, so that's another reason why I love Quattro Vegan. Another mineral thing that you might need, supplement, is collagen. Collagen helps with cell growth. As the aging process happens, collagen production slows, which results in wrinkles, less elasticity of the skin, things like that. Whole grains, seafood, and eggs are good sources of collagen, but if you don't eat enough of these, you could supplement. So for me, if I wanted to increase my collagen intake, then I would most likely try to eat more whole grains because I don't eat seafood or eggs. But if you eat seafood or eggs and whole grains, you could increase your intake of those. Or you can always take a supplement that might be a little bit easier instead of having to spend more money on seafood and grains and eggs. But it's totally up to you. Also, something else to remember is that if you are vegan, collagen is not vegan because it comes from bone broth or something like that. It comes from animal. I know it's animal product. But you can get vegan collagen boosters if you wanted to do that. I feel like just eating more whole grains or foods that are high in collagen could also boost your collagen production. But again, that is totally up to you. Other supplements that might be worth looking into for yourself are creatine. Creatine is great for muscle building and strength, and it's usually found in meat or seafood. So if you're not eating a ton of meat and seafood, then it might be a good idea to supplement creatine. I personally like to supplement creatine. It's already found in one of Magnum's pre-workouts called Limitless. So that's one of the ways that I take it, but you can also get Big C, which is a creatine supplement from Magnum, or other brands sell it in like powder form, but taking creatine is a good option, especially if you're somebody who has muscle and strength goals. Others are omega-3 fatty acids, which I was just reading a book about brain health, and it was pretty much all about how important omega-3 fatty acids are for our brain, but they're also really important for our heart health and just overall health, and they can be found in salmon, nuts, seeds, and eggs. In the book, that I was reading, it really emphasized salmon as like the best way to get omega-3 fatty acids. And I think in the book they recommended eating it 1 to 3 times per week. So if you're not eating salmon 1 to 3 times per week, you can either start doing that, or you can increase your intake of nuts and seeds and eggs, or you can supplement with it as well. Now next, of course, caffeine is not something essential. It's not going to really help your health in any way, but if you're looking for something to increase your performance in the gym, your focus, your mental clarity, then caffeine may be a good option for you. I know that caffeine doesn't work with everybody. Some people have not so good reactions to it and can get anxious or jittery or whatever it is. So just be cautious with caffeine, especially if you're not used to drinking coffee or tea or caffeinated beverages. I personally like taking caffeine before I work out. I, of course, drink coffee as well, and I could just drink an extra cup of coffee before I work out, but I feel like that doesn't really get me in the mood as much as a pre-workout supplement does. Like, if I'm about to go work out, I don't want the taste of coffee. I want the taste of like mango peach or something, or blue raspberry. Like, that gets me into the mood more than coffee does. But of course, if you want to increase your caffeine intake, just drink some more coffee or tea. Or you want something really cool that I learned about when I was doing my research. I learned that if you get 100% dark chocolate, which would probably taste horrible, if you had 100 grams of it, it would have the same amount of caffeine as 2.5 cups of coffee. Isn't that crazy? Well, I mean, you could take chocolate as pre-workout too, I guess. Okay, so now that we have talked about all of that, I want to talk about why even take supplements. And so the first reason is to fill nutritional gaps. So this is mainly for vitamins and nutrients and things like that. Now, of course, you can get an adequate amount of vitamins and minerals through just what you eat, but I feel like you have to be very intentional with it and make sure that you are getting a wide variety of foods and that you have just the right amount, and that you're like making sure that you eat the right things together, because sometimes certain foods can increase the absorption of certain vitamins and minerals if you're eating them together. And so of course you can do that if that's something that you want to do, if that's something that you have time for or the mental capacity for. But if you do not, then taking supplements would probably be a good option, especially like just a multivitamin, or if you get a blood test done, then knowing what certain vitamins or minerals you may be lacking. This is something that I really want to do soon, just to see if there's anything that I'm lacking in and could increase and make sure that I'm getting enough of, especially since I do eat plant-based and try to eat vegan as much as possible. My dad actually took a blood test during the winter and he found out that he was deficient in vitamin D, and so we started taking a vitamin D supplement. So it's just something good to do, take a blood test, see what you may be deficient in and what you can increase to make your health better. And the last reason that I have written down, I'm sure that there are more, is if your doctor recommends you to start taking vitamins or supplements, or if you get the blood test and you see that you are lacking something, and just to make sure that you are getting enough of the vitamins and nutrients that you need. I have a few more points I want to make, and I'm gonna have to do them quick because my camera, or my sister's camera, is about to die. So I'm just going to read this off quickly. It says, supplements are not a magic pill. They can be helpful. They can help us get better results if your workout routine and eating are already dialed in. They can make life easier, for instance, like protein powder when you need a quick protein snack. But they won't get physique results if everything else isn't dialed in. That's why they are called supplements. Just like you can't out-exercise a bad diet, you can't out-supplement a bad diet and exercise routine.
And the last thing I want to touch on is how to know what supplements to take. And of course, it's best to talk to your doctor before taking any vitamins or supplements, especially if you have a health-related issue or condition or already taking medications. Now, something that you can do is you can go to Google, and many brands have quizzes about what supplements or vitamins they recommend for you. So you could go to Google and like type in vitamin quiz, and then it'll ask you based off of your health status and your age and your height and all of this stuff, your health conditions, and give you recommendations for which vitamins to take. So that's always an option. But again, going to your doctor is going to be the most reliable and the one that I would recommend most. And with that, I'm going to end off this episode here. Thank you so much for listening or for watching. I hope that you enjoyed it and learned something. And if you have any questions about this topic, please feel free to message me on Instagram. I'd love to chat more about it, get your thoughts. And if you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you again for listening. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope to see you in the next episode and have a fabulous day.